Hello RC fans, Racing393 for another build video, which is coming up in due course. This goes back to my childhood, as a lot of my vintage electric or nitro cars. You know, I tend to want to relive the cars in my youth. Some I had, some I could only dream of because I couldn't afford them. So we're sort of winding the clock back now to about, I'm just looking on here, 1991. Man, it's hot. Hope I haven't got armpit sweat. 1991. During that time, Tamiya. I mean, this is why Tamiya is record breaking, and anyone from my youth, sort of in the 80s, I sort of grew up in the 80s. Well, old enough to have a radio control car. The Tamiya TA series was quite unique. They've probably milked it absolutely to the max. I think they were up to what, TA01. There's so many variants: long wheelbase, short wheelbase, wide, short, thin, carbon fibre, racing spec. I think even the TRF derived, the touring car side of it derived from this, but this is a TA01. I think back in the day, I didn't buy a TA series chassis in 91. Mine, it came out, the one I bought, in about 1993, which was one of these. The Repsol Escort 4-wheel drive. It came out in many other designs, shells. Pretty sure there was another 2 Escort body shells, Pilot, and was it Michelin? Was that the same one? I like this one. Repsol was a very predominant livery sponsor in motorsport during this time. Bikes, rally cars, I would say endurance racing, rallycross. I don't remember it in touring cars or Formula 1, but it was a colour scheme which resonated with one of my sort of favourites of its time. And I bought this kit when it came out. So that was around, I'm looking here now, this came out in 93. It's probably close to when I had it, 93 or 4, somewhere around that. It's probably one of the first body shells that I painted, which was Lexan at the time. So it was all new to me, spraying on the inside, thinking that's not going to work, and it did. And I did make a very good job. In fact, in a video that's way back, actually, I think, I don't even know where that is on my channel, but it kind of covered a group of sort of cars collection that I had for ages and ages, and then decided to sell it, and I've regretted it ever since. During that collection had, amongst other things, one of these, and I hopped it up sort of maxed. I wouldn't say maximum, because there's so much you can get for these kits, these chassis, even now. But I threw a lot of money at it, and it was, yeah, really good. Think it was during, don't want to yawn. It was during the time when electronic speed controllers were first coming out, so moving away from the mechanical speed controller. I put a electronic speed controller in this, which was one of the very first ones, Futaba, and I just couldn't believe. At the time I thought that's not going to make a lot of difference. It's only as, you know, a go and stop. But little did you know, when you sort of add the technology in, even then, 93 or 4. Which leads me on to, for a future video, I've got quite a lot of parts for this. One I'm waiting to come in, and I've actually gone down the route of a quite old vintage electronic speed controller to put in this. But this will be an ongoing project to get this up to a decent standard, including doing my best to get the Repsol livery. I will have to buy from somewhere, probably MCI, is the Repsol decals, because I don't think you can get them anymore. And the body show I've got, well, this one's got like a whale tail on it that comes away from the top. I think you can still buy that because I've got one there from a Nitro. I bought another wing for this. It's like a typical Escort wing on the back, so it's not the whale tail. I mean, I might want to buy the whale tail actually, because thinking about it, I've got one there, and that's a Mark III Escort, but fitted onto a Schumacher chassis, where this one's aftermarket. It's not a Tamiya one, but it fits the chassis and the wheelbase, etc. So yeah, see, we'll go on to having a quick look now at the car that I bought and a few bits and pieces, but this will be an ongoing project which will go throughout the rest of the summer. It won't start just yet. I've got far too many other things to do outside RC, but if I include the RC, it's just gone crazy. So let's quickly just hop down to an even hotter shed, and I'll show you what I've got. Currently got the Grasshopper Speedrun Challenge 2025 at the time of recording. We've got all that to do there with the BBX, all those hop-ups, which are just insane. We've got that to run. Probably take that out again. Finish that off. Need to get a shell for that. Finish that burns off there. Maybe get that one out. MP6. Tamiya Super Champ. Not even used that yet. And the RC10T. Need that finished. The body shell's there. The new airbrush system there, which is all plugged in, ready to go. I've not used it yet, but yeah, so on that I'm going to be trying on that. That's the plan. But yeah, we've got a hell of a lot going on. Well, as you know, as well as this. Here we are. So we've got the TA01 chassis. I might try a different camera angle if I'm honest, but that's the one I bought. It's got lots of missing things on it, and it was relatively cheap, under £12 actually I paid for this. You'll notice here I've got a different wheel on it. They're the ones I bought, mainly because although I like these wheels and tyres, the tyres are absolutely shot to bits that came with it. I mean, here's one there, look. See that? It's just rotten. So the foams are okay. So I've got the foams, but the wheels that come with it, these wheels, I've took them apart. I like these wheels. So you've got the chrome bit like that, and someone's annoyingly painted out a sort of a luminous colour. I think what I'm going to do is get the chrome off of that and repaint that, because it goes together. I won't put it in there because it's sort of hard to get out, but it does sort of fit in like this. And then you get like, I'll show you this side. So you can see the wheel there on the front, this the back, sorry. It's got like a deep dish, but they're the ones I'm going to put on there. I've got some other bits and pieces here which I need to show you, so I think what I'll do for now is rather than looking at me, we'll have a different camera angle. So it's here at the chassis here, we've got the other wheels and tyres, well, tyres. So they're quite very soft compound, this one here. You can see. Quite a nice tread pattern. A rally tyre, tarmac stroke dust. So they come with inserts. So they're new. Got them. You can see the other stuff here just behind the car actually. These are from HPI, so they're sort of the rims I'm going to use. Rally type rims if you like. They've got a slight dish to them, very slight dish where the nut goes in, but yeah. What else we got here? I've got a couple of ball diff conversions. So I've got one here, So we're going to put the ball diffs in. I've got another one in here as well. It's like an original one, so I've got that to go in. Got another part here that's just, I'm not sure this is, I don't know what to do on this one, but this is a torque converter or power converter. I don't even know if it works, as in, is it even for this? But we'll find out. I've got some other bits and pieces coming as well. Another wheel. I think it is a double. I think it is an actual double wing on there, which is handy. I think. Looking at that, I think it is. And the shell. So I'll just move this there. You know, and it does fit. There we go. So this project's going to be quite long because I'm still waiting for bits and pieces. I'm not sure how many segments I'm going to put this into, but yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, it's got like a, I'm not sure what motor that is, but it does look, if I can see, can you see that? I don't know if you can see the light actually, can you see it? There, you see it? It's just, get my lefts and rights when the camera, it's really annoying. So I don't know what, it's a brushed motor, but I'm not sure what one that is. That taken out, it has got some damage on it. You can see that. See it on that hub? It's sort of cracked, which is typical. 1993, isn't it, at least? It's got a servo in there which I'm not going to use. The shocks work okay, but I'm going to get the upgraded ones like I used to have. Yeah, there's quite a lot going on at the moment. Actually, I've almost got too much going on. Yeah, keep watching and I'll be back soon in this video with some more updates on the Tamiya TA01. I think that is a TA01, I think. Right, TA01. You probably would have seen some video shorts that I've done over the last sort of day or two. Here's sort of a close-up of it. So the rear transmission, ball diff, sort of went together really well. I think when it comes to doing like Tamiya, you know, plastics, they can be so brittle. I don't know if you can see that on there, look, but you're probably thinking, what are you looking at? But just there, cracked. You see that? So the shock tower, which is plastic, but luckily I've got a load of other upgrades, as I normally do, coming for this, namely some aluminum front and rear shock towers. So amongst many other things. Now with the front, I've got to do the front, I've got to strip it down, but you can see the difference. I mean, it probably doesn't look a lot different on camera, but this needs stripping down. I think there's a geared diff in there, and I'm planning on putting a ball diff, which I've got just out of shot up there. This motor is, what they call it is a Team Echo. Nothing spectacular. 23 turn, but it's in good condition. For now, we're probably going to put that in.
because I mean it looks like it's hardly been used. So that will go in, but I'm waiting for a motor mount. I want an aluminium motor mount because this one that comes with the kit is those cheap and nasty plastic ones. Make sure it goes in focus. So adequate for, like, I mean, it'll be alright for that one, but I'm planning to put a little more power for it if I can at some point. What else? Yeah, so I've gone to RC Mart and ordered a load of stuff, hopefully to make this pretty much standard TA01 into a slightly hopped up version. I've also got another one coming along, carbon fibre. Looks good, but that'll be a separate. I mean, it's all pretty good on there by the looks of it. I'll show you if I get a chance. I'll stick a picture up there now of what I've bought. Pretty much reliving my childhood, to be honest. I was one of those kits of yesteryear that I sold that I regret, but you've still got, you've probably seen a video of these as well, the wheels and the inserts of the wheels, which I've got to paint, but all the chrome's been taken off. So we've got those to use, and we've got those ones that you've probably seen anyway. These type of rally top. They've got inserts inside. They're quite grippy, so they could be an option. I think my next task is, I'll get the whatever servo that is in there out, and we can test it using one of those. I'll do that now, I think. Looks to be pretty good. It is a Samoa, but does it work? Nope, it doesn't work. So, oh well, never mind. We just take the bits off that we need then. That's a shame. It's the first time I've ever had one that doesn't work. In the bin it goes. Just going to take this battery plate off. It's times like this when you find extra damage that you didn't realise. 90, I don't know, 91, over 30 years old. It doesn't look broken. So, you know, it's just old, isn't it? Not only to clean. Oh, what's in there? Look. That's what I was looking for. I wonder what that is then. So that's broken. I think that went in there. You can start thinking about taking the front bumper off, I think, now. It's quite a solid front bumper on this, so depends if it's had any like frontal impacts. Wasn't a lot of difference between TA01 and TA02 anyway, from my understanding, apart from 91 was TA01 and 93 was TA02. That's when I got one. 1993. Strip all this down. Done. It clearly has been sat in rain or something. No damage, no extra damage, apart from the standoff from there. You can see that on there. So that I'm going to clean that up. Clean that up. Here's the front. I think it's got a geared diff in here. That's my understanding. No other plastics are damaged, but you can see a close up. That's like one that's not touched against the one that I have cleaned. The camera probably doesn't show it, but this one's definitely dirtier. Shocks, yeah, as expected, but they're only sort of cheap CVAs. They've still got oil in them. And you've got the uprights, which I'll strip them down separately. One of the uprights is broken. Yeah. Let me just. Can you see that? No. There. Cracked, but I've got some more. Got some more coming. So let's see. Whilst I'll clean that, let's see what's in here. A geared diff in the front, which is fairly normal. But I'm going to put a ball diff in there. That's the plan. Let's just take it apart and then we'll clean up the rest. It's in fairly good condition, but yeah, I'm not planning on using this. But I think a ball diff will fit. Right, I think what I've got to do now is take the rest of this bit apart. The output shaft and that other gear, and then give it a good clean. Nice and clean. So even like that it looks a lot better. The chassis, it's all come out really good, no damage. As I've said, there's a few scrape marks on here, but you can see there, very clean. I'm going to start assembling this now so it looks like this. Now I have got some hop-up parts to put on, but I'm going to build the two gearbox front and rear. I won't put it together yet. Probably repair this bit that's broken on the chassis, but we'll get it so it's two separate halves the best I can. The shocks, which will need cleaning, and then by the time you see that part of the video, hopefully there'll be more hop-ups. I've got stuff coming from Japan, and I think they're, I think they're both Japan actually. RC Mart and Bai. So without further ado, I'm going to have a poo. No, I'm not. I'm going to carry on. Right, let me get as far as I can. Yeah. Smooth. smooth. Done. Well, that bit is front and rear. Waiting for some bits now, to be honest. So I'm not going to put it on the chassis. No point. But everything's free. It works as it should. Kind of repaired that hub, as in glued it together. But yeah, you can see. If I sort of turn that, I mean, it's super smooth. It's really much better than it was. I think we'll leave it there. Actually, we're gonna. I've got. It's been posted. Got all my upgrades, which I'll now start replacing what's on here, and then putting it onto the chassis. But I have got carbon fibre chassis coming, which is a complete one again. So, but yeah, it's all those bits there still, but yeah, beautiful. Well, TAO, I think it's 1, isn't it? Keep saying TAO2, pretty sure it's a TAO1. Pretty sure. That'll end this part. Let me know what you think. That's a little car, isn't it? Yeah, and then look out for the next part, for the second part, when we start putting some newer bits on. But that's it now for standard. We'll go over it again in part 2. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when you can be notified when the next part is out. I enjoyed that. Childhood memories. Yeah, I'll see you next time. TTFN.